Well, hello everybody. I am in transit from Los Angeles to Minnesota today, and we're talking about the cold and a couple clipper systems this week that'll bring some light snow. And that second clipper is the one that's going to bring in some pretty brutal cold, something we haven't seen in about a month. So as I mentioned, I'm in Los Angeles, where it's sunny, actually, in between the rain that they've had this season, and they've had a lot of moisture. It's kind of cool to see Southern California green for a change. And if I turn this camera around and you can look at Los Angeles in the distance, there's the skyline, and notice the snow in the mountains behind it. They've had a lot of rain, of course, at lower elevations, but also, of course, snow in the higher elevations. Our weather becomes a little active this week too, with a couple of clipper systems. It'll be bringing some light snow, and the second one is going to dislodge some of that cold air that has been on the other side of the northern hemisphere recently. Temperatures today are actually going to be relatively mild in the low 30s, and we'll probably have another day or two this week that'll be near that 30-degree mark, which is above normal, but a cool front is sweeping across Minnesota as we speak, touching off some flurries in portions of especially northeastern Minnesota, but you can see that band of clouds. That's the cold front. It is a very minor front. This is nothing like what we're going to see at the end of the week, but it will be a touch cooler tonight. Several degrees cooler, teens and single digits for northern Minnesota, and highs tomorrow are going to be probably upper 20s versus those low 30s today. So again, pretty minor, but a shift in those winds, a little blustery this afternoon and evening from the northwest as that front moves through. Still pretty cloudy though tomorrow, and it's going to take some time for that Arctic air to flush out the cloud cover and bring us sunshine as we head into the upcoming weekend. But there are those high temperatures for tomorrow, a touch cooler, mainly in the upper 20s, but we will see some teens into far northern Minnesota. Now the first of two clippers comes through Wednesday. That's going to bring some light snow for most of us. Not a lot of snow. The models vary somewhat, but we're still talking a dusting to probably an inch at the most Wednesday, but that's enough, of course, to slicken up roadways. And this is what it's looking like. These are four different model scenarios. You can see there are some slightly higher amounts favored for potentially northern and northeastern Minnesota. That's maybe where we could see a couple of inches. It'll be a fluffy variety of snow too Wednesday. Then another break Thursday, but then Friday, this is a more potent clipper. This one might add up a little bit more, but combined, we're still talking maybe 2 inches of snow with the two clippers. But that one does dislodge the cold air, and we're going to really notice it come this weekend. So watch the purple and white mass of pretty cold air to the north. Starts to slide south, kind of flinging there southwest of Hudson Bay, moving in for Saturday and Sunday. So single-digit highs, and that's going to stick around into probably at least early next week, and sub-zero lows for the first time this month in the Twin Cities. We've been talking about how rare that is to not have many. We're going to pull off just a couple of them in the nick of time. Teens below zero in northern Minnesota, and the wind chills, of course, are going to be even worse. We're talking teens below zero here in southern Minnesota Sunday morning, but wind chills will be in the 20s below zero, maybe near 30 below zero for parts of the northwestern corner of the state. So definitely some pretty chilly air. So again, soak up the slightly milder temperatures we've got today and on and off this week. So yeah, still above normal right through Friday. Again, those two light snow chances. We might see some peaks of sun tomorrow. Don't count on much though. And then heading into the weekend, a few more peaks of sun, but the big headline is really going to be the colder air with, again, single-digit highs, 6 below zero come Sunday morning. And again, it looks like that cold air is sticking around for at least a couple days into next week. So the end of January, a mild month so far for us, ends on a cold note, and it looks like February will be starting at least on a pretty cold note as well.